In this video we will be upgrading the CPU in an Acer Aspire 8930G laptop, because at this point I don't have a printer anymore. We have all the info on a cardboard. I hope the camera will zoom. One moment, so I force it to... okay. So the CPU inside, it's now T6400, and the new CPU will be E8335 with code SLGEB. This is the version that puts out about 35 watts of heat. There is another version with lower clock speed that puts out about 44 watts from what I remember, but we don't want that in a laptop. So higher clock speed, lower heat output. As you can see, both of them are Socket P. Current CPU is 2 GHz, the new one almost 3 GHz, 800 MHz FSB. The new one is higher, 2 MB level 2 cache on the current one. The new one has 6 MB level 2 cache, same heat output, multiplier 11 in the new one, 10 in the current one, almost the same voltages. So this one is normally used in Apple MacBooks, if I recall correctly. Anyway, it's used by Apple in its computers, but from what I know, it will work in this Acer, and we will see. I got it from eBay for $25 plus $15 shipping. So it's a pretty good deal, and if it all works okay, the computer should work a lot faster. So let's get to it. I'm not completely sure if this is the correct way to do it, but this is how I will do it. First of all, remove the batteries. You don't want to do any short circuits inside the laptop while it has power. Okay, this isn't reaching where it should. I should get another screwdriver, but what the hell, not now. Okay, that's undone. This is a pretty good laptop. It was really cheap, but with lower specs, and I started to upgrade some of the components already. It has SSD now. That made a huge difference. So everybody, if you want to do an upgrade and you are not sure what to change, CPU, memory, I don't know, put an SSD in your computer. It doesn't matter if it's a laptop or a desktop. That is the biggest change in performance that you can do. Okay, so we're in, like clean. And let's see what's next. This is the memory, 4 gigabytes. This is the Toshiba SSD, 128 gigabytes, 1 terabyte Samsung hard drive. I've got both of them really cheap, because I had time to search for great offers. Of course, not from stores, from other people. And yeah, of course I changed the optical drive. It's now a Blu-ray writer. And let's see how we can do this. I think this should come off. Probably it would have been better if I checked first online what and how this should be done, what I should do, but yeah, we will see. So, as I always say, let me try and refocus. Hope this is better. Don't do this exactly as I do it, because I sometimes fail. This seems to be okay at this point. Let me check the focus. Seems okay. So I think this should come off. First, yes, a little bit on the screws. Another one here. This seems to be a very easy to upgrade laptop. I really like this about it. Okay, and I hope this is the last screw. It has 1 gigabyte GeForce 9600M XT or GT, something on those lines. I don't really know my video boards lately, because okay, a lot of dust, so it's good that I opened it up. We remove this slowly, not to make any more dust inside it. Okay, put it away. So, like I was saying, I don't really know my video boards these days, because I don't do gaming. It's a good video board for only watching movies, YouTube. I did not have any problems with it. Again, don't do like I do, because this will make a lot of dust. At the moment, I prefer to dust this later. Okay, so that's finished. I'm glad that my wife did not see what I did here. For sure she would not approve. She would make me go outside for this, and she would be completely right. But I'm lazy today. I don't even know if I... Oh, okay, I don't have to remove that. Of course, bare hands, electrical sensitive components, not good. I touched the casing on my PC that has grounding on it. I should be okay, but be very careful with these things because you are risking a lot. You could damage your components. The plastic casing is what you hear. The fins from this heatsink are catching on it. Okay, so this is pretty good. A little bend in the heatsink, nothing important. Okay. So this is good. The chipset has a pad, conductive pad on it, so that will remain in place. We won't change anything. This thermoconductive paste we will change. I will stop the video for a moment just because I don't want my camera to act up and to break all my videos, so it's better to make two separate ones and join them later. We're back. Now I see we have to use a flat screwdriver to take out the old CPU. Okay. This is stuck more than I would have expected it. Maybe it's not all the way where it should be. Of course. So 180 degrees move, not only 90 like I did. The old CPU, it's an Intel, of course. The new CPU, it was packed really well from USA. It got to me in about 1.5 weeks. So from USA to Eastern Europe in 1.5 weeks, I would say it's pretty good. Old CPU, new CPU. I have to clean the new one. Maybe I should have done that before the video. But maybe it helps somebody to see how you should do it, and this is not how you should do it. The paste clearly dried up. This is metal, so it's not really good. should use plastic on it, but I don't see anything that I can use it. Okay, I actually saw something that I can use. This is from some memory. Let me refocus and take this off gently. Sorry for putting my hand in front of the camera. This, I think it should have been done by the person who took this off the original laptop or PC. Not sure in which one of those it was used, because then maybe the thermoconductive grease would not have time to dry up. But it's not that bad. When you are doing this, you must be careful not to damage this shiny part. I don't know, can remember now how it's called in English. It's the main part of the chip. I've had ones with just a little small crack in the corner or something like that. They seemed to work, but with very small crack. I'm sure if it would have been a bigger one, they would not work anymore, because this is where all the transistors are, or at least the majority of them. Okay, this is clean enough for me. Shiny. Check carefully so no pins are bent, because if you force this in and any of the pins are bent, you will destroy it. So this seems to be okay. We will put it back in. Let me see the correct position. It has a mark here, mark on the slot, socket, not slot, sorry. So this is the correct position. It will fall in perfectly. Let me put something here so the camera will focus on that area. It should be good. Hold it down in place. Don't put very much pressure on it, but just enough not to let it lift while this is closing. I don't know if you can see, maybe between my fingers. Let me try and do this. Okay, open it back again, and now close it. So this is completely secure. We have to clean the heatsink, of course. I just bumped into something. This is a lot easier because it's copper. You cannot damage copper very easy. And of course not with paper. I do this a little bit off camera because I don't want any of this conductive grease getting inside the laptop, only on the CPU. And that will be where we will put some in a moment. Okay, shiny. This is clean now. You can see through it. I'm amazed how dirty it was and still worked pretty good. It wasn't making a lot of noise, so it's a It's a good cooling system in this laptop. I'm impressed by it. Just a moment. I want this to be completely clean. We will use some Zalman thermoconductive grease. It's from a cooler that I bought some time ago for my desktop PC. Maybe it's not the greatest conductive paste ever, but pretty decent in my book. So we will use it on this. I just hope it's not dry. I did my best to seal it again after I used what I needed, but we will see. Let me try on this first, just a little bit. Okay, it's perfect. So I don't have to waste any. I will put it directly onto the CPU. Just a bit of paste. Doesn't help anything if it runs down of this shiny part of the CPU. Shiny part for lack of a better word. It's actually the main part of the CPU. It's the chip, the silicon chip. Okay, spread it around a little bit. Okay, this is just enough. Put it aside and start to put everything back together. So let's do this. Take this out of the way. Maybe it would have been better to take it completely off, but not good moving this on the small components below. But if it seems I have enough room to do it without taking that off. Okay, this part seems to don't want to get in, so maybe it has to come from the side like this. I'm not really sure. I don't want to force anything. A wise person would have searched this online and watched a lot of videos before attempting it. I only did a quick view of a video, but not really paying too much attention because this laptop seems pretty simple comparing to others that I've done modifications on. So until now the CPU did not touch the copper. We put it in the correct position and lower it. Now I don't know if you can see, it's like it's on a cushion. It slides a little bit, so it's clear that it has made contact. We will not take it off again, because then we would have to apply another thermal paste. So I will repeat, a lot of times I make errors when doing things like this, but I don't edit them out. and you should watch the video until the end to see if what I did was right and it worked or not. This just popped off. Not important. Maybe you can't even see it. Don't overscrew one of them. Tighten them one at a time a little bit, then the other one. Don't over tighten them because it doesn't do any good. This is elastic and it's already really tight. Tighten them just enough so they don't come undone by themselves. Okay, so this isn't moving anymore, it's clearly in the right position and everything is okay. Nice design with the video board with its own heatsink and the fan blowing from one side towards it, and the CPU and chipset with another heatsink, and the fan blowing from the other side from a bigger opening. And it really does take away all the heat from the middle and put it on this side and then blows it out. So yeah, it's good. Okay, so this is all tightened up now. Tightened up, actually. Sometimes it's better to test things like this without actually putting all back together, because if something doesn't work, it's simpler not to take everything back out again. But in this, it either works or not works, so I will put it together and hope for the best. Yeah, thinking about the video board, it must be a 9600M GeForce 9600M GT model. Not a really powerful board, but well, I don't need a really powerful one. I don't need a really powerful one anyway. So this doesn't seem to want to stay in place, so somewhere something is not put together good. I hate these little clips. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's all good now. And of course I've put aside my screwdriver, but I need it again. Don't over tighten this because it doesn't help. I don't know why. A lot of people think that tightening screws a lot helps, but it does not. This just has to stay on. It will not fly off or fly over tightened. I don't know. Of course this is not correct size, but if I don't force anything, it will not damage the screws. And of course the one that I cannot completely reach. Yeah. Okay. Enough tightened, it will not fall off. Back in with the battery. Locked in place. And now let's hope for the best. Yes, powered on and working. I will post some photos. I'm back. The laptop is running perfectly. These are some values, some startup times. The old CPU, Windows 8.1, 45 seconds, new CPU, 41 seconds, narrow burning ROM 6 seconds, 6 seconds even with the new one. Maybe it's not using a lot of the CPU. Draft site, some 2D drawing software. 6 seconds old CPU, 4 seconds new CPU. JDownloader, 48 seconds old CPU, 32 seconds new CPU. It's using probably a lot of flash, I'm not sure. It's made in flash from what I know, so maybe this is why it's a big difference. Windows loading all the things, maybe it's doing a lot more hard drive reading and memory than CPU. So this for me it's pretty good for a cheap, how much? $40 upgrade. Maybe not really cheap, but good enough for me. So just remember, watch more videos before trying to do something like this. I only watched one video with somebody doing some random upgrade in the laptop similar to this, but I thought it's simple enough, so I don't need to watch more. And of course don't blow the dust out of it inside. Not a good idea, because you will have to clean it afterwards, so yeah, not good. At least the wife did not see that. So After this there will be some CPU Z snapshots and PC Mark scores with the old T6400 and the new E8335 CPU, so you can see better the difference. But yes, the laptop is a lot snappier and I like it more like this, and not overheating, all working perfectly. So it's a good upgrade. So watch the pictures, and after that, thank you for watching. Bye.